Tomorrow, getting my blood work done. 10 weeks out from the show. I usually like to get my blood work done at this time, see where my body's at when I get my results back in a week or two. It's going to give me an idea of where my health's at, how stressed my body is, my hormone balance, electrolytes, everything, my kidneys, liver. And leading into a prep, I mean, things are not getting really crazy yet, so if things are good right now, chances are it's going to be a better show prep. I just like to have information as I'm going along, and I'll probably get a check closer to the show just to see how stressed my body is. And then after the show, you know, once I'm done the dieting, you know, all the supplementation, all the stress, the cardio, the low body fat, get my blood work done again, and you can just, it's good to compare the results and see the patterns that are negative and positive. Another good thing too about blood work is, like I said, you get it done year to year, you're consistently tracking your health. And for me, like, I've got reference points from 2014, 2015, 2013, 2016, 2017. So for me and my doctor, we have a lot of information regarding my health as I've been, you know, progressing in my bodybuilding career. So luckily and fortunate for me, it's all been positive. I haven't had any really setbacks with my blood work or nothing majorly concerning, you know, thankfully. But I mean, at the same time, if I didn't bother to go get it done, I wouldn't know. So information is powerful, especially for preventing real problems. Depending on the doctor, they really hound you for a reason. You don't need to give them a reason. Just basically tell them you want to know what's going on. Especially being a bodybuilder, you know, there's they're going to be curious as to why you want to get your blood work done, especially if you have good health. But that's the point. If you have good health, why not monitor it? Why not look for the changes? Because by the time you're 50, 60, 40, when everybody's having a lot of health scares, if they've been monitoring that pattern of their health, it might be something they could have picked up on 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So for me, I want to set myself up for the future. Dieting is stressful. The whole process of putting your body as a competitor, and this is me talking about the more extreme side. If you're a regular person who just trains, it's still important. But as a competitor especially, I'm a competitive athlete, I'm pushing limits that the human body is not always designed to go. And if your health is not there, well, it's going to fight back. So get your blood work done, you pay for it, and there's no excuse. I get it done usually every 2 to 3 months. Of course, if I'm doing shows as a competitive bodybuilder, I usually get my blood work leading up to a show, when I start a show prep, during my show prep, and near the end of the show prep when I'm at my most stressed. And then of course after my show prep, when you're coming off your diet, the supplementation, and just the major stresses that occur, I get it done then, because you want to see how your body's rebounding, your health and everything after that. So, you know, if I'm doing 2 shows a year, well, obviously my blood work that I'm going to get done is going to be a lot different. Last year I didn't compete, so I only had my blood work done a couple times. So it really just comes down to what you're doing. If you're a competitive athlete, you know, and you're putting a lot of stress on your body, I think you should, or you're very active. It doesn't you don't necessarily have to be competitive in terms of a, you know, a label for what you're trying to do. But I mean, if you're doing stuff all the time, you know you're putting a lot of stress on your body. I think that it's really important for you to get it done every 2 to 3 months. Living in Canada, we pay for our blood work through our taxes, so usually I get my blood requisite that I was showing you guys earlier, and the clinics will basically put an annual expiration on it, so I can come in to the clinic, get my blood work done. I could do it as much as I want. I mean, they would probably kick up a big stink, because it does cost money to get all the blood tests and everything done, like even though you pay for it in your taxes. So if you were coming in once a week to get your blood work done, they would, unless there was something majorly wrong with you, you were dying or something, which you'd be in a hospital and they'd be monitoring your blood work anyways. But you know, for me, I basically just come in as I see fit based on what's going on in my life, you know. So, but I think for the average person, if you're especially teenagers and stuff, if you guys are starting out with training and stuff like that, get it done once a year, twice a year at least, you know. If you're getting it done at least, or even every 6 months, you know. If you think about teeth cleanings and stuff with your dental, you know, your dental hygienist, I mean, most people go every 6 months, get their teeth cleaned, get everything checked, cavities, you know. That's no different than your car. You didn't take your car to get serviced. If you don't, you're probably gonna get problems. And if you're using your car more frequently, you're gonna get your car serviced more frequently. It's all relative to everything we do in life, you know. And it's just that with our society, it's not really been put as a big stress to get your blood work done, because there's no money in it. So, I mean, if there's no money in something, they're not going to push it, but there's money in drugs, so they'll put you on medications. You know? Well, when you're a bodybuilder and you're 250 pounds and you're coming in for blood work, I mean, it's almost like, you know, a circus person for them, so. And they need to poke you with a needle, so they like to do that, so. It's fun. Alright, nah, the poking you with a needle part, that's not fun. I don't like that. Hopefully we can film. And, we'll see, I guess. We'll find out if we can film or not. I'm assuming it won't be a big deal. Can basically make up some excuse that it's for something with school or something. I don't know. Makes them whatever they want to believe to accept it. We'll do it. Yep. Yep. So get my growth hormone checked. I got to sit here for 30 minutes. We got an emergency in the blood collection unit. There's a vampire. Need a dirty magazine and some lotion. Probably gonna fall asleep, man. For sure. We had a question. We want to film me getting my blood work done. Just me. We're wondering if you had an issue with that or not. Because we're gonna do a nice little YouTube video on explaining how people get their blood work done, why they should get it. So. Just for educational, yeah. Well, just because a lot of people don't know about it, and you can go and get it done, and they should be.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, she's got the gloves on.
This is blood work.
It's true.
Oh, look at these boobs. Alright. Squeeze tight.
That one, that's the one.
So you're doing this for people that go to the gym?
Yeah, primarily, but I mean, it's also just, like, people just don't know about it, right? Like, what do I do? Where do I go?
Okay.
You know, like the average person who's healthy that doesn't get it checked because they don't have problems right now. Right now.
True.
When my son was home,
I'm gonna arm wrestle you.
Okay.
I'm just joking. Are you ready? Squeeze your fist tight for me.
but that's what they wanted, $400 a month. So when he moved here, cut in half, $200 a month. Still a lot, right? Just because he's under 25, he's only 20. even though he's had his license since he's been 16, and he's had maybe one ticket, nothing severe.
You're supposed to say this is the best blood work I've ever had.
It is. It was good. It went in nice and clean.
No, I think the fact that if you don't, even if you...
I'm just waiting for the morphine to kick in.
What?
Yeah. And when you went back, no, that's why I told him when he was 16, I said, whether you got to pay or not is better for you to establish a history.
You don't have insurance for the year.
Yeah.
Almost
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have insurance before 1 year.
That's probably what happened.
Making me nervous.
Oh no, you're doing great.
You know, I put
They need
him
to
on my insurance when he first got a license, and then I thought, oh, you know, you're gonna have to establish a history here because, you know, you can't just be on my insurance. And if he does something, and then it's my insurance, and, you know,
It's not added to him, it's your insurance. It's not added.
You alright?
Oh yeah.
It should be his insurance.
That was a long time.
I'll pick
No,
you
I'm
up.
good.
So even though it's been costly over the years, at least
you need
he's
it.
always been good.
There we go. Just like that. So what do you like? What do you do with that now? What would be the? You guys ship that all off or to the lab or?
Yeah, what we do is we put it all in a centrifuge and we break it down to what we like for the composition that we need. We get the serum off of this, and then we take the serum, and that's right about here, and we process that and do your testing off it.
Perfect.
We send it all downtown. Yep. So your growth hormone takes a little bit, but the other stuff should be done within a couple of days.
Yeah. Usually, like I'll just go to my doctor's office and grab it. They print it off for me, and I take all my 75 sheets.
Do you have your sheet with you? Can
Yeah,
I
I do.
have it?
Yep.
Is this it?
Yes, that's it. So pretty much what I got checked today, would that be like my blood panel, like my kidneys, liver, my hormones?
Yeah.
You had pretty much everything done.
Like pretty much everything done.
Yeah, you have all kinds of kidney enzyme tests, you had liver enzyme, you had your cholesterol tests, you had lots of hormone tests.
Lots of hormones.
Yeah, thyroid, vitamin 12, your iron.
Yeah. So we'll know exactly what's all going on inside the machine.
If this doesn't find anything,
If that doesn't find anything, we've got a problem.
stop looking.
Stop looking. That's true.
Yeah, if that's the case, just stop looking.
Or start looking for a pulse. Since it's the holidays, I'm assuming probably next week, around Friday, Thursday, I'd be able to go down to my clinic and get a printout of all my results. Typically, I don't sit there and talk about it with my doctor because he looks at my blood work and he thinks I'm dying. He's had a really hard time initially breaking it down, and essentially I get my printout, and I've got individuals, friends, people that know what to look for in blood work, and they have, you know, some sort of education, and I usually get them to reference it and just kind of give me a good idea as to really what's going on, and that way I can kind of get peace of mind that I'm getting different opinions, different outlooks on what they're seeing from my blood work. I don't know, I'm not a medical professional, so I don't really know a lot of the details on why I'm getting a lot of the stuff looked at, or what I should be actually like giving you guys reference to have checked off. I don't really know. I can show you my blood requisite. I think I can put a picture up like right now. And from that, you guys can either mimic it or copy it or break it down into a more efficient way of like, hey, I don't need to have that looked at or whatever. But that's everything I'm just getting looked at. And I guess my point is, and theory is, why not? If you can, why not?
In. Nope. Once more in. And out. Key to assisted stretching is to find where your client's areas are and help them focus on it.